Hello, I am Patti Sills-Trausch, and I work at the Franciscan Renewal Center. A little over 800 years ago, a man named Francesco Berardone realized that he was a brother to all the rest of God's creation. You may know him as Saint Francis of Assisi. What is remarkable about this insight of Saint Francis's is that during the Middle Ages, when St. Francis lived, most people were terribly afraid of wild animals and wild places, and thus they avoided it at all costs. But St. Francis, during his contemplation, realized that he was in a kinship, a loving relationship with all the rest of the creatures around him. Creatures such as birds and bees, the water, fire, trees, plants, animals, and even the worms. After having worked at the Franciscan Renewal Center for the last 12 years, I have begun to understand or see the world in this same lens as St. Francis, that I am a sister to all the rest of the creatures in this world. So let me tell you a few stories. About a year ago, on our back patio, we planted cactus. And now that I am working from home during the COVID crisis, I am able at times to work on my back patio. One of these cactus has bloomed beautiful orange flowers. And almost daily, I was able to see hummingbirds fly by and drink the nectar out of these flowers. And I have to say that that brought me joy. What you see behind me is lantana. And about the same time, in the front of our house, we have a big flower box. My husband and I planted lantana. Now, we planted lantana because it was colorful, it grew really fast, and it was very easy to take care of. What we didn't know at the time was that was a flower that the monarch butterfly loves. Coincidentally or not, for the last 4 years at the Franciscan Renewal Center, we have been educating on the plight of the monarch and the need for people to plant milkweed and other flowers that can sustain the monarch. So lo and behold, we planted the lantana without even knowing that it would help my friend, the monarch. And maybe you can see the monarchs behind me as they land on the lantana. Daily now, I've been going to my front window and looking out, and inevitably there has been 2 to 3 monarch butterflies on my lantana. And once again, it has brought me joy. Now, the joy part is what I think is important. Joy comes, I believe, when you know that you are in relationship with others. And being in relationship with the hummingbirds and with the monarchs bring me joy. And I believe I'm in relationship because now my house, which brings me shelter and sustains me, is being able to sustain my brother, the hummingbird, and my sister, the monarch. What brings you joy in creation? If we have a joy, if we have a love, we will protect God's creation. And so find out what you love, what brings you joy, and I bet you will want to protect it. Happy Earth Day.